#1 cheap rocket jersey firm.
Lonely Hearts Cafe.
Spicy conversations.
It's Vince Wright, the sports governor from Minnesota.
Man, Deli
Microwave.
Reggie Long, a.k.a. Dollars and Cents.
Kicking it with you.
X-Go, give it to you. Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell him, though, that I sent you. You got to tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Need your ballers and your busters, your game balls and your goats. Man, just so much to get into around these parts. If you're new to the show is based here in ATL. And speaking of ATL, I don't know why I thought about it just now. Hold that thought. But today is the first day of early voting. Okay? So I want to remind people out there, I'll probably post something on my social media. And I plan to, after today's show, go out and vote. It's that serious. So, yeah. If you don't want to be in the crazy lines when the actual election voting starts in earnest next month in November, go out and get it done today. Like, make a statement. Go out and vote today and make sure. You know, the statement that you're making is that you want to make sure that Donald Trump doesn't be president. And I guess it doesn't even matter. There's no difference if you vote today or, next month. But I guess just make a statement to yourself and to the world, with this early vote. I want to make sure that there's no miscommunication, there's no misunderstanding. So I'm going to vote a couple of weeks early and make sure that Donald Trump isn't president. So early voting is today. But what I was going to say is, the show is based in ATL. And, man, everybody and their mama is so distraught about that tough loss yesterday to the Seattle Seahawks. The Atlanta Falcons went down 26-24. And the real big, conversation is about what happened at the end of the game. And this is something I don't understand. What happened at the end of the game is Richard Sherman, in effect, hog-tied Julio Jones. Yeah, and they didn't call it. Here's what I don't understand about the NFL, and I'm giving a Buster Award to the NFL, and I'm giving a Buster Award to the officials yesterday in the Falcons' 26-24 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. which I'll talk more about both squads here in a second and what they did in particular on the field. But here's what I don't understand, man. You got 11 eyes out there. You got many referees out there. And I know it was a bang play. It's very quick. So, things do happen every once in a while. But that was blatant. The play at the end of the game, Julio Jones going up for the pass, blatantly Richard Sherman grabbed his arm and pulled it. And then if you look at the replay, if you look at the instant replay, you see this black referee in the back looking dead at it. And all of a sudden he had a broken arm. All of a sudden he had alligator arms. His arms were so short he couldn't reach down and grab his damn flag. Okay? That's unacceptable. I mean, in the NFL today, where any little thing, they look for an opportunity or a reason to grab that flag and throw a flag. Anything. You can't come near a quarterback or they're throwing a flag unless your name is Cam Newton. But you can't touch a quarterback. They call every single little touch foul that happens in the game. And for the referees to leave their flags in their pockets yesterday, man, was simply put unacceptable. Buster award to the NFL referees and to the NFL that allowed that to happen. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And you know what? That's usually, in that scenario, in that setting, the crowd at Seattle, what do they call them? The 12th man? The 12th man was crazy yesterday for the Falcons-Seahawks game. It was absolutely crazy. It was deafening, and I wasn't even out there on the field, but you could tell from some penalty calls, some offsides penalties. Obviously Matt Ryan was having a tough time hearing. That 12-man thing is real. And I do believe in the subconscious of these referees a lot of times, they make calls based on the crowd reaction. Okay, that's where home field advantage comes into play. Home field advantage comes into play, whereas that exact play at the end of that game yesterday, you saw the play, you saw the penalty. I guess in your mind you could kind of, dismiss it as, it was a quick bang play once again, so I'm not going to throw this flag. Subconsciously in your mind as a referee, you hear this crazy, frenetic fan base going just absolutely insane, and you say to yourself, well, and all of this happens in a split second. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And I believe this. All of this happens in a split second. If I throw this flag, it's going to be hard for me and my crew to get out of here with our lives today. So I'm not going to throw this flag. I really do believe that. I always talk about, and I got this thing, one of my signature things was the mindset of sports. And that's what came into play yesterday, the psychology of sports. And that's what came into play yesterday, I believe, because there was no reason not to throw that flag. The Falcons would have been in position to get a field goal and win the game by a couple of points, and such is not the case. Ball awarded them though as well. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I don't believe in sentimental victories or good losses or anything like that, man. But they played good yesterday. And I'm almost to the point, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, they played good outside of the first half, because the first half, they couldn't block anybody. They pretty much couldn't block the Seattle defense the entire game. But that's neither here nor there, because the Seattle defense is fantastic. The Legion of Doom. But they played good yesterday in a very hostile situation. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to read some of your chat here in a second, get some of your thoughts on the games and your Ballas and your Bustas from this past weekend in college football and the NFL. But as far as, a good loss, and once again, I don't believe in good losses. There's no such thing as a good loss. But if you are one of those people that believe in those good losses, yesterday was a good loss. They went into Seattle, and they should have won, despite that bad, horrible call at the end. They showed a lot of moxie and getting beat up in the first half of the game and made some adjustments, came out in the third quarter and were on fire. We'll talk about some of the stats here in a second. I'm not ready to say that the Falcons are for real, because I just won't do that. I'm conditioned not to do that. We talked about last year. They were 6-1 in their first 7 games and went on to piss up the bed the rest of the season. So even being 4-2 and beating the Denver Broncos and having a chance to win that game yesterday in Seattle with the 12th man going crazy, I'm still not ready to say that the Atlanta Falcons are for real. Shut up. Shut up, studio audience. I'm sorry. I've seen it too many times before. Now, it seems that they have addressed a lot of the issues and concerns that they had last year and why they had that bad streak. You know, they're not focusing on Julio Jones right now. They're spreading the ball around. A couple of receivers had a big game on yesterday as well. Made some huge plays. Shout out to the Justin Hardy kid who made some plays yesterday. Shouts out, obviously, to Mohamed Sanu. He had a good game yesterday as well. Julio Jones did his thing. I mean, that's what we expect from Julio Jones. Ball award to all of them. But I'm still not ready to say that the Atlanta Falcons are for real because I've had my heart broken too many times. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dan Quinn went absolutely crazy yesterday for the no call, and he should have. If there were a table around, he probably would have tipped it over. You know, that's what you do. That was a tip table over moment, and man, just a real tough loss. They could have been 5-1 on the year right now, outside of the first win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Man, you think about that loss. That was actually at home. The Falcons were at home. They lost that game against Tampa Bay, who's been reeling ever since. And they lose this game yesterday. That's it. Falcons looking good, but I'm not ready to say that they're the real deal yet. It's as simple as that. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. I want to talk a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott and this decision that Jerry Jones has to make. We'll get into that. As a matter of fact, when we get back from the break, what we'll do is we'll read some of your chat. We'll get into some of your chat messages on Spreaker.com in the chat room of the podcast. We'll take some phone calls if we have any. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. That was absolutely horrible. And I feel like something as blatant as that should almost be encompassed in instant replay. Dude, he grabbed the man's arm. The man couldn't make a catch because you kind of need, you know, for the most part, not all the time, but you need two hands to catch something. That was bad. That was bad, and I really do believe the psychology of sports is that the referees decided that that was kind of touch and go. Let's leave our flags in our pockets so that we can get out of this place alive today. But the right thing would have been to do your damn job and throw the flag. Back in 3 minutes to Doug Stewart Show.
Are you ready? Are you ready? It's your girl, Miss Spicy, host of Spicy Conversations. Join me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Spreaker.com for some late night talk. I hope you're ready. Spicy Conversations.
Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. He got them tickets. I'm telling you. Boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway. He's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you. Smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give them a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You gotta tell them, though, that I sent you. You gotta tell them that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah!
The Sleeper Pick. The guy only you believe in. In 1 week fantasy football on DraftKings, he can be the difference. So trust your gut. Trust your numbers.